begin by breathing deeply. Now, breathing deeply is an act of consciousness. So, in this deep breath, we want everybody to shut their eyes and to just simply feel that their body is kind of a container. Your body for now isn't just you, it's a container that allows your stream of energy, your solar energy, your spiritual energy to inhabit a lower dimensional energy field called the earth and to walk around with the idea of individuation. So, when we say breathe deeply, we want you to literally breathe into the container that you know is you, but to begin developing within your mind the witnessing you, which is the more omnipresent you, that is very conscious that you are living this idea of yourself on this world, and yet in no way tries to impede whatever choice you have while you are living this identity. Why? Because Earth is a free choice zone. So as you breathe in now, what we want you to do is feel that up above your head is a ball of light. And for today, we will see that ball of light as a magnificent kind of golden gold, really bright ball of light. And you allow yourself to see it kind of like it is a sun. Just when you see a sun or an image of a sun or even a photo now of a sun, the sun is an electromagnetic field of energy. It looks solid and round, but truthfully, it's a sphere of gas, a sphere of electromagnetic energy. So we want you to see this ball of golden light above your head as this magnificent ball of electromagnetic energy. This is your soul. Breathing deeply. You can see it as a small little peanut, or you can see it as a magnificent sun. You can see it as a galaxy. You can see it however you want to see it. But in your mind's eye, visualize above you this golden ball of energy that loves you, that indeed helped you get here, and that indeed helped you find the parameters that would allow you to come into Earth as a human with a body, with lessons that will indeed allow you to progress on your evolutionary spiritual journey. Now, your earthly journey isn't always a spiritual journey. It is at some level of consciousness, but if you are not active in the understanding that you are living a spiritual life within a physical life, then you will not get the greatest benefit of the spiritual evolution that you're capable of. This is the nature of the work that we want to work with today in your meditation, is the understanding that by seeing this ball of light, you are desiring to have the higher imprint of consciousness and wisdom that you have been sent to earth with. Doesn't mean you denounce who you are. Doesn't mean you deny your consciousness as a physical being. It means that in your deepest heart of hearts, you have a desire to know more than the limited idea of the individuated person, personality, genetic imprint. Breathing deeply, long and deep breaths. So with this ball of light above you, we want you to feel that that golden light is pouring down to you now, and it pours into your crown chakra, which is at the top of your head. We're going to do a chakra meditation before we do alignment of the bodies. That the very top of your head, which is known as the fontanelle, we want you to understand when you were born, there was an opening at the top of your head. It was a diamond shape. That opening is still there, although it looks apparent that your crown is closed. It is not. There is a opening still there. That Golden light is sending golden light to that crown chakra, to that opening. Allow yourself to see it as a beautiful diamond on top of your head. As you say to yourself, I open my crown chakra. I receive the solar activation so that I am able to have the perception of my higher energy bodies. Breathing deeply, long and deep breaths. As you breathe now, you see that golden light pouring down through that chakra, down into your brain, where there is a small gland known as your pineal gland. It's a tiny gland about the size of a pea. It is inside the brain and it is physical. But what you want that golden light to do is hit that pineal gland as if it were kind of a ray of energy, so that you are now ready through this affirmation to align to the opening of this gland. As you say to yourself, I open my pineal, my third eye. I ask for a calibration so that I may have increased sensitivity to the more subtle images that my soul wants me to integrate. Breathing deeply, long and deep breaths. Now, through your breath, through your desire for alignment, you breathe that golden light down to your throat. And what we want you to do is feel this golden light kind of almost like a drill. You've probably seen a little drill that drills a hole, but we want you to see that golden light like a big drill, like the kind of drills they drill through the crust of the earth to get the water, to find the gold. We want you to see that golden drill coming into your throat, opening your throat chakra out of its normal mode of expression. As you say, I open my throat chakra. I ask for a clearing and purification of the old habits, patterns, and ruts in my expression that no longer serve the evolution of my consciousness. As you breathe deeply, now you breathe down to the point between the throat and the heart. At that point is another gland known as the thymus gland. It is inside there, and usually after childhood it atrophies. But we want you to know that this gland is a vital activator for the coming times. This gland is the transpersonal chakra. This gland and your capacity to open it and work with it and perceive from it will allow you the buoyancy you will need as all these experiences are unfurling in this third dimensional world. As you see that gland right between the throat and the heart, you allow yourself to say, I open my transpersonal chakra. I am willing to perceive the union that we are all living through now. Breathing deeply, long and deep breaths now to your heart. And at your heart, we want you to see that golden light come into your heart and send out 4 rays to each of the 4 chambers of the heart, the 2 auricles and the 2 ventricles. But again, the physical heart is simply a physical representation of the chakra that is there. Now, this idea of the 4 chambers of the heart, the 2 auricles and the 2 ventricles, have different purposes. One is to receive and one is to give out. So what we want you to do is feel that simultaneously, while you're seeing your physical heart receive this golden ray, that you also begin to see your heart as kind of a medicine wheel or a compass. And again, as you see a compass or a medicine wheel, you have the 4 primary parts, north, east, south, and west. So we want you to feel that when you do this meditation, that you are seeing the 4 beams of light come out to these 4 cardinal points, and you are allowing this golden light to move back and forth from those points until there is perfect balance. in your heart chakra. Perfect balance. As you say to yourself, I open my heart chakra. I receive the calibrative ray from my soul so that I may rise above the wounded self, and I may indeed know and be unconditionally loving to myself and to others. As you breathe deeply, now you breathe down into the solar plexus, this stomach area, the power chakra. You just keep calling that golden light in, because in that solar plexus, in that power chakra, are all the memories of disempowerment from the time that you were possibly even born and couldn't even drink milk, from the time you were born and wet your pants, from the time you were at school and you failed, from the time you wanted to love someone and they didn't love you back. All of those feelings are in that power chakra. And in some ways, that power chakra is kind of like a sump. It has held all these old experiences in there. But now as that golden light comes in, you want that golden light to stimulate those energies rather than they be buried and unconscious within you, so that you may indeed clear that kind of negative idea of power. As you do this, you allow yourself to say, I open my power chakra. I ask for a healing so that that which I have carried in lifetimes or now is released, and I no longer pull myself back from true spiritual empowerment. Now, as you do this, as you feel this, you allow yourself to understand that you are indeed at the same time linked up to everybody who participated at any time in any lifetime with the idea of disempowerment. Now, this is a really hard thing to do from an ego. You can't do it from an ego, because if you do it from an ego, you will become power plays. But you do this from a soul where you recognize all the stories of disempowerment, whether they're through family, personality, through school, through governments, through any idea, aliens, whatever the stories of disempowerment are. You realize now that you want to send that golden light out in all directions, burning away the cords that have kept you playing those stories out. So you become like a sun at the solar plexus. You do this as an act of love, not as an act of hate. You do this not with rage, but with peace. You recognize you are ready to truly understand spiritual empowerment. And to do that, you must release the petty hurts. And you might not think they're so petty from an ego or a personality, but from the divine energy of all creation. There's a lot of pettiness that humans hold in their power chakra, and it doesn't serve you any longer. The stakes are high on this planet now. Breathing deeply, long and deep breaths, you allow yourself to breathe down to the second chakra, right at the navel, right below the navel. And at this point, we want you to see you literally telling your mother and father, thank you. Thank you for creating the matrix I needed to come to so that I could evolve. I accept my desire to evolve beyond the genetic story I have been, understanding that I have lived many times and I am not limited to that story. As you do this, you allow yourself to say, I open my second chakra. I reinstate the creative power that is inherent at a spiritual and solar level. It is that power that I use to create now the life I want to be and live in these coming earth changes and times. And then as you breathe deeply, you allow yourself to breathe down to the root chakra, right between the perineum and the anus for the females, and the anus and the testes for the males. You allow this golden rod to come to that point. And you allow yourself to feel how that golden rod is coming through the center of your body. And you allow yourself to feel the electromagnetics of it, the capacity it has as you breathe into this experience of you to transform you quite quickly out of the old limitations. It doesn't mean you won't be on this body. It just means you will be receiving the higher blueprint that you are capable of carrying through this body at this time on earth. As you say to yourself, I open my root chakra. I root the higher consciousness of my spiritual understanding through this earthly life into the spiritual understanding of this planet and of all the realms of light which are here now, birthing the new earth. And you allow yourself to feel that golden light coming down through your spine, going into the earth with roots, meeting all the other roots of all the other people who have the capacity to bring these higher truths through their earthly lives. The capacity to be an electromagnetic field that allows creativity, that allows spiritual empowerment, that allows unconditional love, that allows unification and caring for others, that allows true expression of wisdom, that allows spiritual vision, that allows solar alignment. As you breathe deeply now, we allow yourself to simply say, I open my physical body. I activate it now with the higher frequency of the soul. I willingly let go the things that no longer serve me. As you breathe through this golden matrix of you, you allow yourself to say, I open my emotional body. The great joy of understanding. The matrix is growing and evolving in light, supersedes the density of the negativity that is appearing in the 3D. Allowing yourself to say, I open my mental body. I perceive and choose the higher understandings I have gained over many lives. And allow yourself, if you will, now to see that beautiful spindle of gold and see all around you this golden ball of light. And see that as your light body, your etheric body. And understand it is you and it is a body and it is real. And it has all the seeds of karma, all the seeds of positivity. Has the energy to help you stabilize as the old self changes and you line up for new manifestations on the planet. You allow yourself to say, I open my light body. I desire the activation and calibration. I ask for the release from the old, stale, stagnant patterns that have unconsciously run at me, whether genetic emotional, mental, societal. I choose the activation of my light body.